Coming up on NonStop Local at 4, a gambling investigation leads to dozens of arrests, including an NBA coach and player, what authorities say was going on. And the Shoshone County Sheriff has resigned from her position following a crash that is now under investigation by the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office. But first, after surveying the significant damage that was done to an I-90 overpass near Cle Elum, the Washington State Department of Transportation says they have a plan.
Corey Howard and Leslie Lowe, bringing you the content that connects our community. You're watching NonStop Local News at 4.
And that plan, in just 2 hours, a crew will begin demolishing the I-90 Bullfrog Road overpass right at exit 80 near Cle Elum. This comes just 2 days after an oversized semi-truck was going westbound and hit the overpass, tearing through the concrete supports and shutting down that part of the interstate. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on NonStop Local at 4. I'm Corey Howard. Washington State Patrol has also identified the driver as a 64-year-old from Ontario, Canada. They say he had a valid permit but was instructed to use the exit ramp to avoid the overpass that he eventually ended up hitting. Demolition begins tonight at 6 o'clock, and during that time, some eastbound lanes of I-90 will remain open, and westbound drivers will be detoured using the on and off ramps at exit 80. Washington DOT says if weather permits, crews will finish the demolition process and reopen the westbound lanes of I-90 by early next week. Also continuing to follow the Shoshone County Sheriff, Holly Lindsay, resigning from the sheriff's office after being involved in a crash earlier this week. Lindsay is stepping away from her 21-year career in local law enforcement as she faces an ongoing investigation. Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is conducting that investigation into the crash. A release from them said the crash involved Lindsay striking a fixed object with her car. Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris says his office is investigating the crash by the request of the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office. Deputies responded to the hit and run and could not comment on if Lindsay was under the influence. Under Sheriff Lance Stutzky will act as acting sheriff until county commissioners appoint a replacement. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story as we get more information. Well, flags were flown at half-staff today in Kittitas County following the death of Coroner Nicholas Henderson. Until Kittitas County appoints a new coroner, Chief Deputy Coroner Corey McKean will continue managing daily work. The county says it'll share information on Henderson's memorial once they are set, but the family is asking for privacy at this time. All right, taking a look at our weather now with the wonderful Leslie Lowe and her brown and red and orange and yellow map. Leslie?
Well, we'll just leave that up, the brown and the orange and the yellow map.
It looks very fall-y, sure.
And then I'll just pop with white on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that weather forecast because today was another gorgeous day. We're in peak color for our foliage right now. So if you haven't had a chance to get outside and take a peek, you know, now's your time to do that. Today, for the most part, tomorrow, we do have a few clouds that are starting to push in. System moving up towards BC, over towards Alberta. We've just got the cloud coverage here in the eastern Washington and over towards North Idaho. Temperatures currently sitting upper 50s for Coeur d'Alene, over towards Spokane, 58 degrees, 53 currently for our friends in Kettle Falls. We're in the low end of the 60s down through Lewiston, Orofino. Mid to upper 60s for Walla Walla into the Tri-Cities. Currently sitting at 60 in Moses Lake and about 59 degrees up towards Brewster. Winds, they are light out there, upwards of maybe 5 miles per hour for most. So we'll look for clear skies, mainly clear skies, as we kick off the overnights. Now, a few clouds starting to push through as we get you into the overnights. 40-degree temperatures tonight in Spokane, 43 in Coeur d'Alene. We've got low into the 30s up towards Colville. So we've popped out of the mid-20s. And then we've got low to mid 20s back into central Washington. We've got that parade of storms, big changes on the way as we head into the weekend. When I see you back here in just a few minutes, Corey will time everything out for you. So stick around.
Will do, Leslie. Meanwhile, more than 30 people, including Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, are being charged with participating in illegal sports betting and rigged poker games. In the first of the two cases, the FBI says Rozier had planned to leave a game early due to a supposed injury, while his co-conspirators placed online bets on his under statistics. The second case involves 31 defendants who say they ran and rigged illegal poker games backed by families involved in the Italian mafia. These games involved custom shuffling machines, hidden cameras, and other devices. The U.S. Attorney for Eastern New York says the scheme relied on the fame of stars like Rozier and Billups.
The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards.
In a statement, the NBA says they are reviewing the indictments and have placed Rozier and Billups on leave. Well, it's never too early. Students at North Central High School in Spokane are getting a 2-year head start on voter registration, with students hosting a voter registration event. Our Caitlin Smock talked to the young organizers of that event.
Lucy Woods is a senior at North Central High School and the vice president of the Civic Engagement Club that organized the event. She says events like this make people feel more heard.
Such a diverse student body and not every voice feels represented. And so this is really about just getting everyone to participate and feel like they have a voice in politics.
Last year, Woods says they had 80 students register to vote. The goal this year is 90. And when we arrived, they were well on their way, with students going around to lunch tables to encourage their peers to register. And Civic Engagement Club member Henry Rasmussen took a creative approach by dressing up as George Washington.
What's more American patriotic than George Washington? And I thought it would get a lot of people intrigued, and so far it's been working.
Early voter registration is available for anyone over the age of 16. By pre-registering, Washington State will send you a ballot after you turn 18 automatically with no extra action needed. In Spokane, Caitlin Smock, NonStop Local.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. Still to come here this afternoon on NonStop Local at 4. Plundering patents to propose potential panacea for problems plaguing people. It's Patent Thursday, everyone. We have a Hall of Fame induction today, so stick around for that.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. There was a lot of P's there in that sentence, too, so I'm very impressed with you right now, Corey. All right.
That's what I aim for, Leslie.
A live look over Spokane. A few more clouds in the forecast for today. We do have rain. It is on the way. We'll time that out for you for the weekend when we see you back here in just a few minutes.